Good morning, students. Let us start our new chapter, Genetics and Heredity. Our first topic is genetics. Genetic is a branch of science that deals with the study of heredity and variation. Dear students, genetic is also a branch of science in which we study about inheritance of characters from parents to offspring. Means how characters transfer from parents to offspring and how variations occur in offspring. Now, our next topic is variations. Variation means no two individuals are similar in their structural and functional aspects. Even two offsprings from the same parent are not similar. Two brothers or sisters are not similar in their structure and functional aspects. Dear students, in genetics, we also deals with the inborn characteristics and characteristics that are acquired by the nature. Inborn characteristics of the organisms, it means that is inherited by them. Dear students, in variations, no living organisms are alike. They are appreciably vary in their structural and functional aspects. So, variation is also of two types: genotypic variations and somatic variations. Genotypic variations means variation caused due to difference in the number or the structure of chromosomes. Variation caused in the genes that is transferred from parents to the offspring is known as genotypic variation. For example, if a person attained its height up to 6, then it is a genetic variation. Its eyes color, body color, whether it is white or black, are also due to genetic variations. Now, come to the somatic variations. With the passage of time, some variations come to human beings automatically due to climate, due to food supply, and interaction with other organisms. Somatic variations are not inheritable. These are acquired by the environmental factors. Dear students, Gregor John Mendel is known as father of the genetic because he was the first to demonstrate the mechanism of transmission of character from one generation to another. For this, he gave three laws. First one is law of dominance. Second one is law of segregation or purity of gametes. And third one is law of independent assortment. So, to demonstrate his mechanism, how characters transfer from one generation to another, he gave three laws. First one is law of dominance, second one is law of segregation or purity of gametes, and third one is law of independent assortment. Let us discuss this law one by one. First one is law of dominance. When two dissimilar factors of a character are present in organism. Dear students, here we take two characters. Means two colors. Here we take two colors. First one is reddish brown and second one is yellow color. When we made a cross with these two color or two characters, we get only reddish brown color in F1 generation. The color which appeared in the F1 generation is known as dominant. And the other color which do not express in F1 generation is known as recessive. So this is the law of dominance. What does it say? Law of dominance. When two dissimilar character, first one is reddish brown color and second one is yellow. Two dissimilar character are present in an organism. एक organism में present होंगे. Then only one express in F1 generation. Out of two these color, only one express in F1 generation, and the color or the character which is expressed in F1 generation is known as dominant. The other which remain recessive is known as unexpressed or recessive factor. Next one is law of segregation or purity of gametes. What does it say? During gamete formation, two factors of a character get separated. These are two gametes, Y, capital Y and small y. During gamete formation, these capital Y and small y get separated. And each gamete get only one factor. And the generation which appear in the F1 generation get only one character, whether it is capital Y or whether it is small y. Only get one factor of that character. It means the gametes are always pure for a particular character. The F1 generation don't get the combination of both the character. They get only one independent character that is always pure, whether it is Y or whether it is small y. So the character appear in one F1 generation is pure, that is Y or small y. Now let us understand it by following table. This is a chromosome carrying T gene. Capital T. This is a chromosome carrying small t. Whenever they come with each other, meiosis take place. Meiosis means cell division. And after meiosis, there occurs pairing between capital T and small t, pairing of homologous chromosome. After that, they get separated from each other. It means the F1 generation that appear get only one pure gamete, whether it is capital T, whether it is small t. So this is our law of segregation or purity of gametes. Now third law is law of independent assortment. When two or more pair of contrasting traits, in law of dominance we take only one contrasting trait, that is color. But in law of independent assortment we take two or more pairs of characters, traits that are inherited to next generation in such a way that trait is independent of other trait. That one trait is independent of other trait. Now let us try to understand law of independent assortment with examples. Dear student, here we made cross between two seeds. One seed is yellow, another seed is green wrinkle seed. Whenever we made cross between the two seeds, there is a F1 generation, we get only one trait, that is yellow. It means yellow is independent trait that is shown by F1 generation. Similarly, here we consider two bananas, one with green and one with yellow color. If we made a cross between two, we get only green color in F1 generation. Here, yellow color haven't put any influence on green color. That is why green color appears in F1 generation as independent. So this is our law of independent assortment.